Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly and Cooper. The PS2 had incredible mascots in its era, although personally, I only ever owned the Jak series, but I could not play them enough. I played them in order, watching Jak go from silent, lighthearted protagonist to the ultimate edgelord.
You okay, Jak?
It was weird and a bit jarring, but I loved each game for what it was. In fact, I was convinced that the series only got better and better with each game. But now, my perspective is completely flipped. I still enjoy Jak 2 and Jak 3, but the game I keep returning to isn't the one with the sprawling cityscapes, a gritty story, or an arsenal of weapons. It's the OG Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. And not only do I think it's the best in the series, but I think there's an argument to be made that it's Naughty Dog's best game.
I need you to shut up. All right?
Now, obviously, that's a bold claim, and at the end of the day, it comes down to personal taste. If you prefer the explosive set pieces and narrative-driven experiences of their modern library, I totally get it. Those games have their place. I certainly enjoy them, but they aren't the kinds of games that keep me coming back for more. Jak and Daxter, however, is one of those games, and I think it's because it prioritizes the fun, moment-to-moment gameplay over the cinematic prestige that seems to be modern Naughty Dog's focus. Now, is this just my heavy nostalgia for the game talking? I mean, yeah, probably. But the game is still really good, and it's better now than it ever has been thanks to the OpenGOAL PC port. As of today, Jak 1 and Jak 2 are fully playable with Jak 3 in development. OpenGOAL is absolutely the best way to experience this game nowadays. Not only does it provide the definitive experience of the games you know and love with higher resolution and frame rates, but it also has plenty of mods. Some mods have new levels. There's a cooperative mod which allows you to play through the game with friends. And then, there's this. But behind the incredible new coat of paint is still the PS2 classic that I grew up with. It's a lighthearted game with a fun cast of characters. You have Samos, the lovable grump, Kira, the super smart mechanic, Jak, and then you have Daxter, who brings quite a bit of personality to the game. He is hilarious, and I really enjoy the interactions between him and Samos. Even the NPCs throughout the game are given so much charm and expression. I particularly like the guy in Boggy Swamp, who never stops shouting during the awful rat shooting minigame.
Over there! Eat him! Over there! Over there!
The world this game takes place in is also super fun to explore. Every region bursts with color and each location feels distinct, from the dark and ominous Spider Cave to the bright blue ocean waters by Sandover Village, where the fear of open water was instilled in many of us. However, while each level feels distinct, they don't feel disconnected from each other, and there are two reasons for that. For one, they are literally connected. Jak and Daxter features a completely seamless open world. You don't select levels on a screen and then magically appear in them. You walk or take the zoomer to those levels. There are no loading screens, you are just there. And the fact that Naughty Dog pulled this off on the PlayStation 2 is nothing short of incredible. It's easy to forget now, but back then, loading screens were everywhere. I still remember playing minigames during the Dragon Ball Z Budokai loading screens, but here, nothing. At most, you get a brief cutscene of Jak taking the boat to Misty Island or riding the gondola to Snowy Mountain. Otherwise, once the game starts, it never stops, and that helps to immerse us in this world. The second reason that helps this world feel connected is the mystery of the precursors. In the opening cutscene, you are told of this ancient civilization that possessed great intelligence. Everywhere you go, you see evidence of the precursors. Towering metallic structures, cryptic artifacts, and giant robots are scattered throughout the landscape, blending seamlessly with the natural environments. Their influence is everywhere, yet their fate remains unknown. Who were they? What happened to them? If their technology was so advanced, why does the world now seem so primitive? These questions aren't fully answered in Jak and Daxter, but that's not a flaw, it's a strength. By leaving much of their story untold, the game adds an extra layer of intrigue, a sense that there's a larger history just beneath the surface. This subtle world building helps make the setting feel lived in, like it extends beyond what the player sees on the screen. It invites the player to wonder, speculate, and fill in the gaps with their imagination. We don't need to know every detail about the precursors, just enough to make them compelling, but not so much that they lose their mystique. Their mystery gives them a weight, a near mythological presence that just keeps them fascinating. Now imagine if the game outright revealed that they were, say, just a bunch of Otzels as a joke. Suddenly, all that intrigue is gone. The sense of wonder vanishes, replaced with something far less compelling. Luckily, Naughty Dog wouldn't do something like that. While there are some cool elements to the story and world of Jak, The most important aspect here is the gameplay, and man, does this game still feel amazing to play. Jak's movement feels incredible because it strikes the perfect balance between being easy to pick up and deep enough to master. At a base level, Jak controls smoothly. His jump arcs feel natural, his movement speed is just right, and his basic moves, jumping, rolling, punching, and spinning, all feel natural to use. If you're just playing casually, you can get through the game without thinking too much about movement and it still feels good. But if you're like me and love to master movement in platformers, there's a lot to like here. The basic moves can be chained together in fun ways to get from place to place quicker, and there are some even more complex techniques to learn. For example, there's a speedrun tech called a boosted uppercut that allows you to cross large gaps like this. Jak and Daxter offers great movement for both a casual and speedrun playthrough. And speaking of a speedrun playthrough, maybe Jak and Daxter's greatest strength of all is its length. It's a pretty short game, especially if you skip the cutscenes, which you thankfully can do with OpenGOAL. The older I get, the less appealing 100-hour games are to me. I'm starting to appreciate the more condensed experiences, and that's probably the big thing that keeps me coming back to Jak and Daxter. I can 100% the game in just a few hours, and I'm having a blast the entire time. Okay, well, most of the time. Over my many playthroughs, I have become an absolute powerhouse of a Jak and Daxter player. As we speak, I'm finishing up yet another run. I just need to find one more power cell to unlock the final fight, and it's on the other side of this room. Now sure, there's a developer-intended way to get back down and cross the room, but I have developed the skills to skip some of that and save some time. Here, what's the boosted here? Yeah, perfect. I got the boosted, and I was a little short. Well, I just get in the cage. I'm so dumb. Get in the cage and do the boosted. And I walked off. Are you kidding me? Okay, no, we're still good. We're still saving time. We're gonna save some time here. Get in the cage and... Okay, I just need to calm down, be a little more patient, Whoa, no, why did I press that button again? Why am I doing the same thing? Okay, come on, calm down. Do it. Boosted uppercut from the cage. Boom. Okay, we're good. We're good. Now we just gotta get to the red sage and we're... You are looking at a defeated man who has resorted to using the developer-intended route to complete the level. I'm not sure why, but I just can't piece it together right now, but hey, sometimes that happens. I'm just gonna go through the level normally, free the red sage, and then I can fight the final boss and wrap the bow on another 100% run. Oh man, I need that last orb. Let's go back for that. We just gotta grab it and go back. And... Oh my god, what is happening? Just get it and fall. It's all right. It's all right. Wait, what? Why am I respawning here? Where was my checkpoint? Clearly this was a sign that I'm meant to do this trick before I beat the game. Let's do it. All right. Oh my gosh, that feels good. Wait, you can bounce off the wall of that? Finally, I landed the trick, thank goodness, and obviously it saved me so much time over doing it the developer intended way. While that sequence was a tad frustrating for me, it does highlight another one of Jak and Daxter's greatest strengths. Dying is not a major setback, and more importantly than anything, you respawn within a few moments of dying, barring the Daxter death cutscenes that sometimes play. Let's compare this with one of the all-time greats, Super Mario 64. Now I love this game and it's obviously one of the best ever, but oh my goodness, the amount of time it takes just to get back to playing the level I either died or collected a star in can be obnoxious over the course of a playthrough. Not only that, but Super Mario 64 provides you with a limited number of lives for some reason. If you game over, you aren't punished in any way other than having to go back through Peach's castle to find the level you were in. It is so annoying on repeat playthroughs. Jak handles this system so much better. First of all, you have infinite lives, and when you die, you are almost instantly right back in the action. It's perfect. Anyway, let's finish up this run. All that's left to do is defeat Gull and Maya. Okay, now wait a minute.